Imagine a king, stripped of his fortune, forced to sell the most precious thing he owned. This is the incredible and tragic legend of the king who sold his wife at auction. Welcome to a deep dive into one of history's most compelling and sorrowful tales, a legend passed down through generations that speaks of ultimate sacrifice and royal duty. We are exploring the story of King Harishchandra, often associated with the legend of Kanda, a ruler renowned for his truthfulness, whose life took a dramatic, unthinkable turn. But why would a sovereign ruler, a king, stoop to such a desperate act as selling his queen? The answer lies in a combination of unfortunate events and unbreakable commitment. The king's predicament was profound. He faced a monumental challenge that threatened to undo not just his kingdom, but his very honor and reputation. Having lost his kingdom and his wealth due to a celestial sage's demanding vow, the king found himself in dire financial straits, stripped of all resources. The central catalyst was an impossible vow or debt, a promise made to a powerful sage that required an enormous sum of money which the now destitute king could not possibly fulfill. This act wasn't just about the king's debt. It soon became about the queen's monumental sacrifice, a desperate move to save her husband's honor. The queen, in a heart-wrenching show of devotion and duty, eventually consented to be sold, knowing it was the only way for the king to keep his sacred word and obligation. The stage was set for a public auction, an unimaginable spectacle where a queen, once revered, was to be placed on the block. The day of the auction arrived, filled with tragedy and despair. Let's see how this dramatic event unfolded. The atmosphere was heavy with shock and curiosity as spectators gathered. The bidding began, a dark and despairing moment in the queen's life. The queen was eventually purchased by a wealthy man, or perhaps a temple priest, depending on the version of the legend, taking her away to a life of servitude to pay off the king's vow. The queen began her new life, and the king embarked on his own journey toward redemption. The separation was painful, but the hope of reunion endured. The queen's life in servitude was marked by hardship and suffering, yet she maintained her dignity and loyalty throughout her trials. The king eventually resolved his colossal debt or fulfilled his vow through hard labor and unwavering commitment to truth, finally securing his freedom and the means to potentially buy back his wife. After unimaginable sacrifice and suffering, the royal couple was finally reunited, their trials proving their dedication to each other and to the principles they cherished. The legend of Kanda is more than just a dramatic tale. It carries profound meaning about morality, duty, and fate. The moral of the tale emphasizes the importance of truth, duty, and sacrifice, proving that true royalty is not defined by wealth or power, but by unwavering adherence to one's word and honor.